say in the beginning, prayers for the spiritual master, prayer for the Lord to come. I'm saying we should learn these prayers that we sing now, prayers for the spiritual master, and prayers that we learn to come. Last week we had with text 39 of the second chapter. But first we will review what we have understood so far. That the Pandavas and Kauravas assembled to take a fight. This is a long history described in the epic called Mahabharata about political intrigue between cousin brothers, the Pandavas and Arjuna. They were the rightful inheritors of the father's kingdom, but due to political intrigue, the Kauravas usurped the kingdom. The Pandavas were forced to go into exile for 13 years. Upon coming back, they received capital. But Duryodhana, the chief son of the blind Dhritarashtra, refused to give him anything. And therefore, even though there was a lot of diplomatic efforts, even by Lord Krishna himself, all was rebuffed by Duryodhana, therefore came to a fight. As the fight was beginning, Arjuna saw the person who was assembled to come back, and he became overwhelmed. So overwhelmed with compassion and feelings of unhappiness, of fighting, he thought that it would be better even to die unarmed than to gain a kingdom or gain victory tainted in blood after killing his grandfather and teacher and cousin brothers and so many other friends and relatives. So he did the dilemma because it was his duty to fight. At this time, long ago, the social system was the Vedic system, which is called Varna Ashram. There are 4 occupational classes of men, Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. And there are 4 spiritual orders of people. So, Arjuna was an administrator and warrior. It was his duty to fight and reclaim the kingdom. Actually, the kingdom belonged to his elder brother, Yudhishthira. It was his duty as a Kshatriya to fight and reclaim the kingdom for his elder brother, Yudhishthira. It was his duty, and that was pushing him to fight, but his emotions, the horror of fighting, gave him repulsion, so that to put him in what and the Western put him on the horns of a dilemma. So He became totally bewildered, and Arjuna knew that although Krishna is his intimate friend, he's not an ordinary friend. He is the Lord himself, advented in human form to deliver the earth of the burden of so many demoniac persons. So he surrendered to Krishna in the beginning of the second chapter. He said, I am confused about my duty and I'm overwhelmed with grief. Therefore, I don't know what to do. I have now become your disciple. Please instruct me. So in response, Krishna instructed Arjuna up to this point, mostly, that due to ignorance you think you are killing the opposing warriors, but actually for the soul there is never birth or death. In many ways, Krishna taught Arjuna that the actual self of the person who is now embodied cannot be affected anyway by any material conditions. The soul or the self cannot be cut, cannot be burned, cannot be dried or moistened. Because the self is eternal and unchanging and totally non-material, it is not affected by any material condition. But we, conditioned souls, are in the bodily conception of life. We feel that the conditions pertaining to the body affect us. So that will be explained throughout the BhagavadGita. As long as we are in the bodily conception of life, as long as we are identifying with the body, then conditions, material conditions pertaining to the body will affect us. But later on, it will be described that those who are situated not on the bodily conception of life, but who realize themselves to be distinct and transcendental to the body, they are not affected by the material conditions. So, in our understanding of Bhagavad-gita, our first duty, or our first challenge, is to understand that I am not the body. So this can be understood in many different ways. And Krishna has explained that with the death of the body, what happens? One of the things, another body. So even from a very practical point of view, and Prabhupada was here, and the Krishna consciousness movement was expanding all over the world. 3 scientists or students of science became devotees, initiated disciples, and joined the Krishna consciousness movement. One was an Indian person who had a PhD in organic chemistry from the University of California. One was a PhD in mathematics, another had a master's degree, and I don't know which field. So Prabhupada was very happy that these science-educated persons had become his disciples. And he organized a division of ISKCON called the BhagavadGita Institute. They headed up this institute, purpose was for them to preach to the scientific community, to convince the scientists that life did not evolve from matter, or life is not a material product, but life came from life. Today, people are very in the body conception of life, thinking I am the body and the body has evolved from chemicals. Of course, the body is made of chemicals. The body is made of the same chemicals that we see everywhere around us. But Krishna explains that if we have little intelligence, we can understand that we are not the body. So we've been over this much that we have our small childhood body, and that body is gone, but I'm still remaining. I have this body, and that body will also, when they be gone, still I will remain. So Krishna is telling Arjuna, if you understand yourself as being distinct from the body, then you must carry on with your duty as a Kshatriya without being disturbed by material conditions. That material conditions, this is the world of duality. There are always disturbances, heat and cold, happiness, distress, honor and dishonor, and so on. The one who realizes himself as not the body, he should carry on with his spiritual duty without being affected by material conditions. So in this regard, before we proceed, Prabhupada explained that those in bodily consciousness, or those who accept the body as a self, and what is our position? Our position is we are throughout our lifetime serving the body. Because I think the body is myself, naturally we want to serve our own self-interest. I think the body is ourself, so I am trying to make the body comfortable. I am trying to put the body in a prestigious condition. I am trying to gratify the senses of the body. So it is said that even though for our whole life we go on serving the body, serving the senses are never satisfied. As I suppose you are married, you have a husband or wife, you go on serving your husband or wife, serving that the husband or wife is never satisfied. And what kind of life is that? It is not a happy life. If I suppose I have children, and naturally a mother or father has to serve the children. If I'm serving the children, serving my children, will they only complain? What kind of mother, what kind of father you? Don't bother me. And what kind of life is that? We are serving the senses of the body, but they're never satisfied. Our lust, our greed, they want more. As we have already discussed, there are so many men, they have billions of dollars, but are they satisfied? No, their greed is not satisfied. They're working hard to get more and more. So, even though we go on serving, the senses, the mind, the lust, the greed are never satisfied, and at the end, after so much service, we are kicked out. Serving the body, but at the end, the body kicks us out. So this is the futility of bodily existence or material existence. It's a very futile existence. working hard, day and night, just for a little temporary happiness. But we're on an operating platform at any moment and we finish. So now we come to text 39, where Krishna says, "Thus far I have described this knowledge to you through analytical study. Now listen as I explain it in terms of working without fruitive results. O son of Pragya, when you act in such knowledge, you can free yourself from the bondage of words." So what Krishna is saying that up to this point I have described the philosophical analysis which distinguishes the self from the body. 39. Now I will talk about yoga. So yoga basically means linking with the Supreme. Now we are forgetful of the Supreme or ignorance of the Supreme, detached from the Supreme. Yoga means linking with the Supreme. It's easy to understand. If I understand I'm not the body, and my whole life has been dedicated to serving my body, the body of my husband, and children, so on, and I understand I'm not this body, then what is my duty or what is my activity? If I accept the body as a self, then it's very reasonable or satisfying to think that we serve the body. But if I understand the body is not myself, I must begin to think, then what am I doing? I must be acting in the wrong way. What can I do for myself, the eternal, conscious, living being who is not the body? What can I do for myself? So that is yoga. Either we have to be linked to the body, or we have to link ourselves with a superior spiritual nature. That's our nature. We're never independent. We have to take shelter somewhere. Now we are taking shelter of matter, or this body, and through the body and our body relations, we are trying to become active. Then we realize, oh no, this is not good. It's not right. It will not work. One becomes disgusted and realizes this higher nature, then I have to take shelter of a higher nature. So taking shelter of the lower nature means material activities, essentially work hard, get money, and enjoy the body and the bodies of others. And now yoga means another kind of activity that Krishna will proceed to describe. So as we see here, that Krishna will describe different kinds of yoga. So there will be different names of different yogas. And so it may be confusing to us as what is actually the purpose of the different yogas, what are the practices, what are the achievements. And anyway, we are beginning here. Here, yoga is called Bhuti Yoga. If you see, it's not mentioned in the translation, but in the Sanskrit text, he says, this fire describes Samkhya, which is a philosophical system that analyzes the distinction between matter and spirit, And now Buddhi Yoga. Buddhi essentially means intelligence. So yoga means linking not with the body, but linking with the Supreme. And now we will study about what we have to do to get to the Supreme. And what is the Supreme? Well, first Krishna says in text 40, in this endeavor, so one more thing is that in text 39, Krishna said, that by practice of yoga, you can free yourself from the bondage of birth. Now we are bound up by the body, helpless, escaping old age and death, and then attaining another body that is beyond our control. This is called karma bandhana. According to our birth, we are placed in different stages. Now the yoga practice can break the bondage of karma and free us. So that is the purpose of yoga, is to get free from material bondage and attain liberation in the Supreme. So Krishna says, in this endeavor there is no loss or illusion, and a little advancement on this path can protect one from the most dangerous type of fear. So here's immediately a distinction between matter and spirit. Karma, or work done for us personal gain, and yoga. When we work, then whatever we attain will gradually dwindle. Once I work hard and I earn money, then I have to spend it for the maintenance of the body, that money will become less and less. Once I work my whole life, I have a big bank account, I have a big house, so much land, and cars, and so many things. But in death, I am separated from all these things, totally lost. But Krishna is saying that in this endeavor, there's no loss or diminution. We'll be explained later that just like suppose I earn $1 million, and then I die and I'm born again. And I have to start working again to get $1, $2, $10. But any advancement made in this yoga practice, even if I'm not completed and I'm born again, when I take up the yoga practice, I will begin from where I left off. If I finish half, I'll begin at 50%. Not that I have to start at 0 again. So that is what Krishna is saying here. There's no loss, there's no diminution, and the little advancement saves one from the most dangerous type of fear. The most dangerous type of fear is this type of fear may not be our most dangerous type of fear, for a person who actually can see things as they are. The most dangerous type of fear is that after so long, so many births I have come finally to the human form, if somehow, due to some negligence or misfortune, I fall down from the human form and I'm born in a lower species again, that would be horrible. We cannot see it, we cannot prove it scientifically, but the Vedic literature describe it in the lower species. One transmigrates from one body to another step by step. Below the human form, there's 8 million varieties of forms. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 799,999, and then 800. 7,999,999, then up to the human form. So you fall down to number 54,000. it takes to come back to atheism. So that's the greatest feeling. For one who's actually awake to the actual situation. Maybe I mentioned this last week, somewhere I mentioned it that, or maybe it was on Sunday, when Prabhupada was preaching this very subject at a university in America. Prabhupada was saying you have to be very careful. Material life is very risky. If you again become God, maybe this person that is that maybe you can fall alive, the student said, well, I don't mind if I become God. Maybe he's thinking the American way. In fact, God's owner works hard 8 hours a day or more, so the dog just sleeps, and then the owner picks him up for a walk, and picks up his excrement. So maybe that's true. Yeah, God's life is better. But for Prabhupada, it's a very sad condition to think, oh, what is the harm if I become a God? So this yoga, the next one on the greatest kind of fear, a little advancement, the shortest one will have as the understanding. If you make a little advancement in yoga, you are guaranteed human birth in your next life until you can continue. Then 41, Krishna says, those who are on this path are resolute in purpose and their aim is one. O beloved child of the Gurus, Arjuna, the intelligence of those who are irresolute is many branches. So the second chapter is called Contents of the Gita Summarized. And Prabhupada explains that the knowledge presented in the second chapter is not organized, but it's just like a general overview of everything in an unsystematic way. So we have not yet learned even what yoga is, we not even begun. But Krishna is describing that those who are very determined to get out of the vicious cycle of repeated birth and death, by practicing yoga, their aim is one, just to get out of the cycle of birth and death. Something like, suppose you're in jail. Your aim will only be one, to get out of jail. But those who are not resolute, their intelligence, the word used here is buddhi, intelligence. Because Krishna said in 39, buddhi yoga, intelligence, that the intelligence of the resolute yogi is one, but the intelligence of one who is not resolute is many branches. That's the materialistic person. Oh, let's go here. Oh, let's do that. I like this. Oh, I think I like that. Oh, I make my hair straight. I think maybe curly would be better. Like that. Many branches. The materialistic life, our intelligence is many branches, but those who are determined to practice yoga and get out of the conditional state of materialism, their intelligence is one. Men, Krishna says, men of small intelligence are very much attached to the flowery words of the Vedas. These recommend various fruitive activities for elevation to heavenly planets, result in good birth, power, and so forth. Being desirous of sense gratification and opulent life, they say that there is nothing more than this. So at this time, Krishna was speaking in a society where everyone was a follower of the leaders. Krishna's saying about the Vedas, which are the command books or religious scriptures of the followers of this Varnashram. And generally, those who are religious persons and follow these scriptures, those who are less intelligent are only interested in the promise of heavenly elevation, result in good birth, power, etc. So here in America, we're mostly familiar with the Christian concept of the earth and then heaven and hell. But the Vedic literatures give a more detailed description that within the universe there are various levels of existence. Aside from the kind of existence we are now experiencing, it is described there are other planets or stages of existence that are much better. They're called in Sanskrit Svarga, or in English heavenly planets. The duration of life is very long, it's not eternal. Bodily beauty is very great. So much so that Prabhupada says that in the heavenly planets within the material world, the women are very, very beautiful, so that in comparison, the beautiful women of this world look no better than animals. Anyway, there are higher and there are also lower platforms of existence. The Vedas mostly will explain deal with heavenly elevation and not liberation. Why? Because generally people cannot accept the path to liberate themselves from material existence. People are very strongly desirous of improving their material condition. So in order to bring such persons in line with religion, along with the ultimate benefit, the Vedas prescribe heavenly elevation, just to bring them into the Vedic system. So we explained in different places in BhagavadGita that this is a faulty path to accept. Because even you attain these higher material planets, after you exhaust your pious credits, you have to again come back to this world. Besides that, this whole universe is created and destroyed again and again. So the aim of Bhagavad Gita is not the higher material spheres, to go beyond that eternal realm, which is not disturbed by the creation and dissolution of the material universe. But here Krishna is describing that there are those who follow the Vedas and engage in religious systems, but their aim is just to improve their material condition of life. And in essence, will be explained, as it is already hinted at, that this is just what is called good intention. This has to be explained because in 39, this is a karma bandhan process. And throughout, we'll see that the yogi, he has to work as a matter of duty, but not be attached to the fruits of his labor, the results of his labor. In the material life, we're always working for personal gain. Personal gain means to gain which we can utilize in the body and such of life. We work hard, we get money, and then use it for bodily comfort and enjoyment. This is called, in our language, fruitive activity, or activities where we want to personally enjoy the results of our work. But this kind of work binds us to repeated birth and death. So good work can result in a better material body with better facilities for enjoyment, and bad work can give us a worse material body with more suffering. But again and again, Krishna will describe that to gain liberation from the cycle of birth and death, one has to become detached from the body, detached from the results of one's activities, detached from desires for material enjoyment. So here, Krishna is just saying that there are those who follow the Vedas, but they're not the yogis, but they're still in the opposite of material perception. I want, I am attached, is for me more and better material perception. Then 44, in the minds of those who are too attached to sense enjoyment and material opulence, and who are bewildered by such things, the resolute determination for yoga or devotional service to the Supreme Lord does not take place. So, actually, we'll see there's two opposite paths or endeavors or desires. One is the path for material enjoyment, the other is the path for liberation from material existence. So here is it said those who are attached to material enjoyment, they cannot have strong determination to get out of material existence. It's pretty easy to understand. And in 45, Krishna says the Vedas deal mainly with the subject of the three modes of material nature. O Arjuna, become transcendental to these three modes, be free from all dualities and from all anxieties for gain and safety, and be established in the self. So here's a term we will have to talk about later. It's called here three modes of material nature. It is called Purna. Material nature is said to consist of three qualities: goodness, passion, and ignorance. It is said that our minds come under the influence of these three subtle guna. Guna is translated here as mode. Guna also means mode, which means you're totally controlled by one or a combination of these three gunas. That we will talk about another time. But here Krishna says the Vedas mainly deal with subjects of the three gunas, or three modes of material nature. He's telling Arjuna, I want to rise above this and become situated in the liberated or transcendental position. What's the time now? Should we have some discussion on what we have already covered? I think we should go on, or are there any questions up to this point?
What were the three gunas? Goodness?
They're called Sattva Gun, which is goodness, Raja Gun, passion, and Tama Gun, ignorance. I'll talk a bit about this then. Since as mentioned, we should understand these three gunas. You cannot see the three gunas because they are subtle. They are more subtle than the mind. Even the mind you cannot see. I cannot see your mind, you cannot see my mind, although you can understand my mind a little bit by my speech, by my behavior. I can understand yours a little bit. You cannot see the workings of your mind. So the mind is being controlled by these three subtle movements. We can understand it. It will be described as a whole chapter later on, talking about these three gunas, the three modes of material nature. The symptom of the mode of goodness is peacefulness, awakening of knowledge, control of the mind and senses, non-violence, religiousness. So basically, the mode of goodness, you can say, is tranquility, positiveness, feeling to elevate oneself. And BhagavadGita is characterized by unlimited longings and anchorings and creating effort. I have so many desires. I want to work hard to get this. I want this. I want that. And Kama is sleep, laziness, intoxication, and hopelessness, forget it all, depression. This is all Kama motivators. So we can see that we're always said in the Bhagavad-gita that these three gunas, they're always competing for control of our minds. Sometimes we can feel, at different times we can feel we are more influenced by the mode of goodness, sometimes we're more influenced by passion, sometimes we're more influenced by ignorance. Once we have these different moods, sometimes we actually feel inside, I just want to sit quietly, I want to contemplate something very deeply, I want to learn something. I want to get away from the hectic madness. Don't you feel that sometimes? And sometimes don't you feel, oh my God, I must have that. I need more money. In fact, we have that. We're required to get more money. I need this. Don't you feel that sometimes? And sometimes don't you feel, oh, what's the use? It's hopeless. Always with time, how depressing, life is hard, just see you. Try to get some concentration from TV, maybe on the sleep 20 hours. How depressing. Don't you feel that sometimes? So actually we don't purposely necessarily create these influences, they just come upon us. Because we are living amongst these three gunas, and in different situations, the gunas, we contact them and they affect our mind. Our mind is affected by association. If you're in a very passionate association, then you also become passionate. If you're in a contemplative, peaceful surrounding, then you will kind of become contemplative and peaceful. If you're in a situation of laziness, depression, you'll be influenced. Mind is like a mirror, it just reflects what is around it. So, throughout the Bhagavad-gita, there will be an explanation of the three modes of material nature and their influence. And here, this is telling us you have to rise above even more goodness. The mode of goodness will carry us upward. The mode of passion will keep us on this active sphere. And the mode of ignorance will send us down Especially animal life, plant life, or human life. In 44, Krishna said that those who are too attached to sense enjoyment and material opulence, and who are bewildered by that, thinking that those are the goal of life, then the resolute determination to practice yoga will not take place within life. We'll see that throughout the Bhagavad Gita, there is 100 times recommendation is to detach oneself of these influences, not be disturbed. Already, when Krishna explained in the second chapter, verse 13, that we're not the body. Body is always changing from childhood to youth to old age, and similarly at the time of death, it just changes to another body. And the next verse, Krishna says that, of course, still you're going to be disturbed by material conditions, happiness and distress, you can control, but you must learn to tolerate it. So yoga is a positive engagement, but it also means detachment from all kinds of material conditions. In Bhagavad Gita, we'll see that real happiness is with the self or the soul. Obviously, the body itself is no happiness. It is we, the person, the self, the soul within the body, who can experience happiness. But the body, although it gives us some sense of pleasure, actually the body covers our natural happiness. The soul is described as by nature blissful. So it is described, will be described that the yogi, when he comes above attachment to the material, and he will experience a unending happiness, a great unending happiness, because that is the nature of the soul. We see that small children were not encumbered by so many material responsibilities, material perceptions, and material anxieties. Small children are naturally happy. They play and they laugh. Even in a miserable condition. Sometimes in India, you go to a village, you see the children, they have no toys, they're playing in the dirt, they just got some stick on the wall. They're laughing, happier than us. Because actually the soul is by nature full of happiness. It is only by being merged into matter that so many conditions take us away from that happiness. So in order to experience the natural happiness of the soul, there has to be action. So all these throughout the Bhagavad Gita, you will see, don't be attached to the results of your activities. Don't claim proprietorship. won't be affected by the happiness or the stress of the material body, etc. Especially it is described that don't be attached to the result of your activities, act only as a matter of duty. Arjuna, his duty was to fight, and he was thinking, even if I gain victory, I will not be happy. Krishna tells him, without cause of happiness and stress, just engage in their duty. So Krishna is talking throughout Bhagavad Gita about yoga, but practically he's just encouraging Arjuna to fight. So how is that yoga? Is Arjuna fighting? Is that yoga? Well, that we will see actually that Arjuna fighting is the highest yoga. And that we will just have to understand gradually. So far we have not actually understood what is yoga.
That sort of is that an action? Is he trying to say, or is it the literal meaning of the word yoga?
Well, the literal meaning of the word yoga, from what I read, yoga comes from the Sanskrit word used, which means to link. So yoga is understood to be linking with the Supreme. Then the question will be, well, how do we link with the Supreme? There are different yogas, but what is that link? So some people think we become the Supreme, we merge into the Supreme, we lose our identity, become one with the Supreme. But from Bhagavad Gita, we'll understand that the best linking with the Supreme is to serve the Supreme by executing the orders of the Supreme.
And that's what Krishna was referring in this.
Krishna is telling Arjuna to fight. When Arjuna and Krishna will explain in Bhagavad Gita that I am the Supreme. So if you execute your order, you are linking with the Supreme most intimately. That we will understand gradually.
And that in 41, he's talking about the irresolute is many branched. What does he mean by that?
We have intelligence. Intelligence is a discriminating facility. It's like I have my senses. My eyes want to see something pleasing. I want to taste something nice. I want to touch something pleasing. Then mind directs the senses. Mind thinks, oh, if you do this, that'll be very pleasing. If you go to the movie, that'll be pleasing. So if you go here, to meet that person, that'll be pleasing. This, that. Then intelligence sorts through all the thoughts of the mind and makes a determination. No, you should do that. It's a discriminatory power. Like in my mind, there may be many things I can do this and do that. My intelligence, I come to the conclusion. No, I should sit down and chant Hare. So when someone is firmly convinced and wants to practice yoga to get out of the bondage of material existence, and this intelligence is one. Practice this yoga, be Krishna conscious, be Krishna conscious, be Krishna conscious. But one who is not so determined, whose intelligence is still in the material field, and this intelligence is like a tree, the trunk is one, but the branches are many. So the intelligence becomes many branches. More will be enough for the rest of Watch TV. Hey, that's what I see on the internet or on YouTube. Many benefits. So that's what we heard about the Vedas. Because it will be described in the Bhagavad-Gita later that some people may serve Krishna, worship Krishna. Some people may serve other forms, Shiva, Ganesh, Indra, etc. So the Vedas actually prescribe many kinds of worship to these different, they are called Anadevata, or in English we say demigods, demigods. They are mini gods. So in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna explains that he is the source of these demigods. And who are they? That within the material manifestation, there's a lot going on. There has to be department heads for the workings of the different departments, that services delegated to these many gods. So it may appear to us that nature is working blindly, but according to the Vedas, nature is working under control of many gods. That suppose you are diseased and you want to be healed, so the Vedas recommend you to worship the God of the sun. Sun is very healing. Sun God, worship of the sun God, who will heal you. So there's many prescriptions in the Vedas that Krishna is saying here that the Vedas mainly deal with these material worship of the demigods or material that these and here in Bhagavad Gita we're going to rise above that. Within here you can go through other temples and there are different forms. Krishna will explain that just as there are also so many different forms, he is a form, and the demigods are also different forms. But he is the origin of all forms. He is the origin of every form. And of those who worship him come back to those who worship Krishna, go to Krishna and the eternal abode. And those who worship the very gods may attain to them again and come back. So simply that this is stated in the Vedas, or this is according to the Vedas, that is not satisfactory, or not according to Krishna's statements here at the very beginning.
So is he expecting him to rise above the knowledge of the Vedas?
Yes.
And when he uses the word flowery, does he mean demigods? Or
the flowery means that it's like a tree looks very beautiful with the flowers. So the Vedas are very effective for the touristic person in his promise. You can go through heaven, you can enjoy the beautiful sanas and the Nandan gardens, the great Somarvasa, so many things. These are the flowery words of the Vedas, very effective.
45.
Krishna says, dear Bandha, these Pragya becomes situated above the three modes of nature. Dear Bandha, be free from the dualities of material existence. And Nitya Sattva Sthana, be situated in a pure state of spiritual existence. And Yoga Chema, be free from anxieties about how will I live, who will maintain me, who will protect me. See, elsewhere is Yoga Chema, is that Ananya Sachinta Pramangeta Nakapasade, Esananya Yupa Yoga Chema. Later on, Krishna will say in the Bhagavad Gita, those who are purely devoted to me, so much so devoted that they're not even, maybe they're even neglectful of their own maintenance and protection. Krishna says, I will personally supply them with whatever they need and I will protect them. So here when it says, be without Yoga Shema, it means don't worry, don't worry about your maintenance and your protection and your necessities. Don't worry about it. Free from ideas of being and perfection. Bhagavad Gita's treatise on a transcendental position beyond matter. So, material gain, or material necessities, material protection from the body. These are all material. This is a treatise on the transcendental situation beyond matter. Because we are not this body. We are beyond the material body. There's a situation we can be beyond matter. And this is a instruction on how to attain that state by yoga. So this is telling Arjuna in the beginning, don't worry about your body maintenance and protection. Rise above the three gunas, the three modes of nature, don't be affected by the dualities of material existence. Of course, Krishna is not explaining anything about yoga yet, but he's telling Arjuna that this is what we're aiming for. Suppose you have understood, I am not the body, I am eternal living being. And how can I rise above the platform of the body, which is always giving me pains, troubles, mind, which is full of anxieties, so many material obligations and problems. How can I come and be situated in my own self, free from this? So that is what we do. Any other questions?
Was the entire conversation in Sanskrit? The entire conversation between the two, was it in Sanskrit?
Of course.
It was.
This is the literal transcription.
So the entire Mahabharata, everything was in Sanskrit.
Yeah, they spoke in Sanskrit. At that time, there was no Hindi language.
Okay.
can't have it now for 2 weeks because you are coming Sunday. Following Sunday, there's Pragya and
Yes.
So we'll be resuming in 2 weeks.
Okay.
So please join us on Sundays at 5:30. Really, because Prabhu is also written Mahabharata and story form and people are
Sure.
reading them. Street development and they will have this
Okay.
first session.
So it's only first class so far?
Yes.
Okay.
Please
So not that far.
join the rest of it. Not just about very well
Is it an hour program? 1 hour? Sunday evening.
Over here? Over here? Where is that?
Yes, over here. Sunday is like
Oh, Sunday.
really ties in nicely with what they are discussing. So much information. All the characters, how they reasons why somebody was where they
Is it a big class so far? Is it a big class so far?
We have about 70 people.
Oh,